How do we actually get up here? 'Cause I thought the bridge was broken. And we were not going to be able to make it up for that reason. But maybe I was wrong? Oh, there's a drawbridge that was down. That's actually what I was reacting to. How do we get back up? Now, theoretically, the circle is large enough. And it is possible that, say, we could find things here. Well, actually, this is just outside of the circle, but... Could be anything on that little island there? I don't know. You can check it out. Whoa, hello! You guys are right next to us. Nothing, it would seem. Nothing besides our friends here. Would probably like nothing more than to drag us into the water. We actually see you when we're above the water like this. I don't think the same rules apply when we're shooting a crossbow into the water from land. I don't think we magically get our insta-kill. Did sort of see the grounder there. I don't think that works, at least I suspect that it doesn't. They are really camping us right now, which is tad unfortunate, because they probably could get us if they wanted to, and especially if, you know, we, like, can't actually climb up there. So, we are kind of just waiting to get pulled under by the grounders, although they are not actually paying attention to us. So, that worked out, in a weird way. Okay, and again, though, how the heck do we get up after falling down like this is a question that I am asking myself. Well, we can, I think, at least get up to where we were previously if we go this route. Okay. And then I'm guessing that it's actually, you know, the drawbridge. There's a way to bring it down. We just need to look more closely at it. This thing here. That's it. I mean, R would seemingly push it in the opposite direction. Let's not throw punches and then potentially knock ourselves down with our momentum. We drop 100 feet to our death. Can't crossbow it. Huh? That's Igni, of all things, that is suggesting. I don't think our Igni can go that far. Huh? What the heck? Huh? I feel like that's an indication for something that is much further away. There's some other way in there? Like, is there land there at the base that we can go up? Also, every time I hear that dragon say things, by say things, I mean like growl, I feel like, oh, well, this is the time he's actually going to pay attention to. So, after having just gone up, we find that that was actually not the correct thing to do. Like, right down there, is that actually the way in? Might be. I'm hesitant to commit to that after it was a bit of a pain to get back up here, so what we're going to do, I think, is let's save at the top. We can reload this save if we find that we actually do want to be approaching from this angle. I mean, like, where else do we go from this angle? Yeah, I think we maybe approach from the side there, make our way up, and then there might be an entrance there. Another question, can we actually jump into the water from here and still live to tell the tale? Tempting, but we've done our fair share of that recently, and generally we've not come out on the winning side of things, so I think I will pass this time. But let's check out as to whether we can make it work from this angle. Does mean we'll have to go past those drowners again, theoretically. Should be fine. I think we'll pull it off. So like there, basically. Can we get onto this landmass? That would be the hope. That is a pretty steep cliff. Can we do it? I don't know about that. There is a drowner that's checking us out right now. Hey, friend. Bye. Your mobility is limited underwater. Use your crossbow to defend yourself against foes. Thank you. This is like the 10th time, at least, in which we've fought enemies underwater, but sure. Thank you for telling me this time. Is this a way up? Oh! You actually went out of the water that time. This? Maybe? Kinda, sorta? Oh, there's the drowner that is going to, drag us under. And we'll shoot you from point blank, because you decided to try to attack us from point blank. There's gotta be a way up here, right? This can't be this complicated. I'm sure I'm missing something that is blatantly obvious, but at the moment, at least, it is not blatantly obvious to me. I'm not seeing the angle. There's got to be a way that we're actually supposed to get up there, right?
Should draw from it.
We don't know if we can redraw. Oh my god, look at how many drowners are over here. What the heck? How do we go up? Does seem like at least one of them might want to legitimately fight us on land. Kinda, sorta. It is theoretically actually below us right now because reasons. It's messing with our heads. Might be this guy right here. Hello. See what happened to your friend there? Yeah, because, like, that's not going to work. We've tried that. I can try doing this, but it's not going to end well. That much, I think, should be pretty clear to us. So, I might need to pass for the time being. And, just see what you guys have to say. I'm sure you guys know what the correct answer is. But it will, of course, take me a little while to hear back from you and learn what it is. Might there be, like, a way to dive under? The answer, actually, that you go underwater somewhere? Let's do that just to do our due diligence. Cover our bases. So I did a 360. Went all the way around. Tried climbing up. This looks like the closest thing to a ramp. Closest thing to a more official way up than anything we've seen elsewhere. But even then, I still can't make it up that way. So, I feel like we should pass here, because otherwise we're going to spend the next hour trying to get up this thing.
Power.
Unless... let's give it one more try to climb it. It's hard to tell when you're actually up there what the correct route is. But I think that I can kind of see it, at least from there. At least what might kind of sort of be the right way, so to speak. Can we make it around this thing? It's basically the first question. But even then, I don't think we're gonna pull it off. Nope. I think we just lost our progress, so it just doesn't... It feels like it's trying to send the signs that that is not what you're supposed to do. And I was trying to fight it, trying to see if we could... Oh. Well, There's our answer. Also, thought there was a drowner directly on top of us. Maybe that's why there were so many drowners over here, and why it looked like they were underwater. Because, or like under the actual land. Because they kind of sort of were. Oh, there are more. Okay. Let's surface here. There's our answer. Happy to see that. Trying to actually distinguish between the drowner and the fish is somewhat difficult to do. Okay. And we surface here momentarily, get some air, and then we'll duck back down to take down the other drowner. And then once the coast is clear, then we'll probably make our advance. Yeah, that is... Whew. Glad that we ultimately did end up going this way, because otherwise we probably would have just abandoned this mission for the time being. And I hate you here. Maybe not quite. Definitely can't from here. Hello. Oh, what? Excuse me, sir. There we go. I don't know how long this entrance will be. So I'm deliberately being a little cautious here with how far we go before we come back up for air.
Place of power. Should draw from it.
Alright, we'll do it again if you insist, Geralt. Just to get it back up to maximum duration. When is nice. I suppose that, excuse me? Suppose that's a reasonable idea. And the actual entrance is through here. So yeah, I'm hoping that we can get to a place where we can resurface fairly soon, so that we do not suffocate. That would be nice. I was not using our Witcher senses to test for any potential loops there, but theoretically there might have been something. We made it to the other side, though. Here is some loot. Hold on. Bottles, I've heard, not so meaningful. Enhanced Petrie's filter, okay. Don't think we've seen Matina before. Let's check that out. It is just a white item, so it's not a rare version of it, but that might just be a good base to begin with. It is not. It might still be better than some other ones, but we would probably want, yeah, we probably still only want a blue or yellow version of it, because that would be stronger. This one also might have been worth selling. Although it's only 11 worse than our current silver sword, so maybe not. Okay. Can ignite something? Sure. I guess. That is just what? Oh? That's that sword. That's basically it. I think that sound was presumably the dragon. Okay. Oh. That looks like a ladder of sorts. Because it is. Okay, now we appear to be, ooh, in the area proper. The actual tower. Definitely hear the dragon. Have anything under this? He's trying to hide from us? Yeah, not really. Okay, so there's at least one more floor here. Let's try not to fall down the stairs. How to avoid colossal vessels? What? On the rolling deep, when there's nothing to rest your eyes upon save the horizon, you get lulled into a false sense of security, which can easily spell your doom. For no man knows the day or the hour, nor does any sailor know when a small dot at the edge of his vision will turn into a Nilfgaardian Drawmond racing toward him, its sails puffed full and its prow ready to cleave his hull like an axe. Prevention is the first and best way to avoid such collisions. You must keep your eyes pried wide open, even when the waters are smooth as a newborn's hindquarters, and there's not a speck of land or hint of foreign flag to be seen. That sounds like that's some kind of Nilfgaardian ship that actually will deliberately ram other ships. When vision fails in dark or murk, one must keep an ear cocked, especially in the waters near Skellige, for the oarsmen of the archipelago add muster to their rowing with song, and their thunderous voices carry far, so they can often be heard before they are seen. And it's a powerful boon that they thus reveal themselves, for a collision with a Skellige longship damns one doubly. Okay, so maybe Skellige also just super aggressive with their ships, it would seem. But the vessel itself is armored prow to stern, while inside are ferocious, battle-hardened warriors. Sense? Master-crafted silver sword. That sounds like that could be decent. Hard skeleton, Skellige Akaton. Sounds like Skellige armor of some sort. Meteor Ignite. Sounds great. Blunt axe usually is not great, unless it is particularly high rarity. And I was trying to use our Wisher senses there, but they failed us for a moment. Just trying to see if there's anything to loot in that other stuff, but I don't think so. And yeah, this appears to be the top floor. And once we step outside, I'm assuming Dragon will say hello to us. More of that same Skellige armor. Enhanced Maribor Forest. Another potion that I think might also be one that heals. And is that all the loot in here? I think so. So let's drop a quick save, because I anticipate that we are about to fight that dragon. And I'm guessing that it's powerful? Probably. It can go higher. Huh? Oh! Oh, that's how you lower the drawbridge. Okay. In fact, it's... we could cross it right now. If we wanted to. That is convenient, at the very least. Is the dragon close enough at this stage that it wants to pick a fight? Don't quite think so. Woo! Well, that looks like it dropped potentially several floors and might have led to our death, so I was a little concerned there. That's where we came in. I think that means that the only other way for us to go is just up. So we can loot more stuffs. Ooh, that I'm thinking might be really good. In a second, let's take a closer look at some of the stuff that we've picked up. Some of it, I think, could very well be an upgrade. Here's the steel sword. It is an upgrade, it would seem. This one here has higher damage, the one that we just picked up. A little bit lower crit chance. A very large chance to cause bleeding. It has 2 sockets rather than the 3 that our current one has, but we haven't used them yet. So that's maybe not terribly relevant. It's actually more beat up than the sword we are currently using. That would mean that its damage would be even higher if it were fully repaired, if both of them were fully repaired. But I think that means that we do give that a shot. Ooh, that's an interesting design there on the sword. Oh. Cool. Let's check out the armor as well, because we picked up some new stuff there. Worse for everything but bludgeoning, and this is probably the same. Yeah, it is just a less rare version. Hunting boots, no good there. But yeah, I think the sword was a good pickup. Although, assuming that we're about to fight that dragon, we are probably going to use the silver sword, not the steel one, but in the future, it'll be, hopefully, relevant for us. And I think that means we're headed on up. And I think, well, no, there's still more floors to the tower. Don't ever underestimate how tall the tower is. Nothing in here, though, it would seem, other than just the ability to climb even higher. Now we can hear the dragon, for sure. Let's just read this journal real quick. Da's chewing my head off about going to the lighthouse, about the fire needing tending. Thing is, don't give a plowing rat's arse, frankly. What I am, some golem. Or what am I, some golem? Fit for naught but climbing up there 4 times a day, drop off wood and pour oil? I'd much rather learn about how to work a forge in town, or at some gnomish foundry. Grandpa Absbury was a smith, weren't he? He even forged witcher blades, so who's to say none of his talent trickled down to me? Maybe? Ooh, those trousers could be good, though. Yes, I know you're there, dragon, but could you perhaps give us one more opportunity to look at the items that we just picked up? That sounded like the same name as the sword that we just picked up. Pretty sure it was. But where did it go? Not that. Thought I just saw it. Here it is. Odd. Yes, same sword. Oh, but it's 1 level lower. That's why it's worse. Okay. Gotcha. It is still pretty valuable, so it might be worth selling at the very least, I would think. Those trousers we picked up, they look nifty. However, they are unfortunately no better than our current trousers. In fact, they're probably worse. Resistant to damage from monsters, that could be helpful, because we are, of course, about to fight a monster, but missing out a little bit of vitality and some armor. I'm assuming that those things outweigh that 3% reduced damage. Maybe not. And I'm pretty sure that is going to be just about everything. Yep, and so now we climb up, and this will be the top. So this will be where we fight our friend. I'm assuming we use art against, based on what we've seen other dragons. It is a wyvern, not actually full-blown dragons. Level 14, I believe, was the level of this mission. Now we know why. So it shouldn't theoretically be too bad, other than the whole part where, you know, we obviously... Oh, hello! Hey, friend. We don't have a lot of room here to do what we want to do. That was a little odd, the way that you just fell, but okay. Yeah, this is a problem. That's a problem. So I was thinking of maybe doing a save right before we went up. When we're not that far away, at worst. We might have auto-saved just before we went up there without even noticing it. We're probably about to find out. Yes, it does look like this is our manual save here. In which case, we might still need to loot a tiny bit. There are a few more floors here. Now we have a better sense of what to expect. Where is the ladder we wanted to go up? Oh, it's actually out here. The staircase? Okay. So we will re-loot these things here, and that was the sword that we were just saying is something that we potentially like to use. The other stuff I think we can say pretty safely is not going to be worth swapping over onto... What? So, it's the same type of item, but it's a different level. The first one we got was level 10. The second one we got was level 9. This is the third in total. It's level 7. So it's the worst yet. It is not a good sign. It does seem like that level is either random or maybe it is supposed to go down each time you find it. In which case we are, of course, in a bit of trouble, because it does mean that we're going to miss out on what was at one point in time looking to be an upgrade, but no longer might that be the case. This is our last chance here. So this is level 8 now. Yeah. So it seems like it's random. We may have just gotten really lucky the first time around, got a level 10 version. That does stink a bit. That does mean that we're unlikely to want to use it at this stage. So let's actually save here. Which, you know, if we were really min-maxing, you would hate me for doing this, but just saying, it's a possibility. We could deliberately... Oh, we can also read the journal. But we could have deliberately saved just before we opened up those chests and deliberately tried to Oh, okay, well, like, now let's actually save. Because this is the thing we want to do, is, like, save directly before this fight. In case we get knocked off again. But, then we could have just done it over and over again and waited until we got exactly the level we wanted. Min-max to the extreme. So, I think here what we do is we do argue. And what happens next, I'm not exactly sure. Because we have established that you can definitely knock us down. And this is maybe not the best situation in which to find ourselves right now. Can you just, like, let us climb up here for a second, Dragony boy? And don't do that. Don't do that. That's the thing that I very much don't want you to do. He knock us down here. Can we prevent him from doing that if we put on a Quen? It would seem the answer is no. Maybe don't do dodge rolls either. I will take the fall damage from dropping down here if it means not taking the fall damage from dropping down the entire height of this tower. Also, where the heck is the actual ladder that we are supposed to be using? Oh, the camera angle is not doing us any favors here. Here. Let's throw this back on. Might need to re-argue. Might be circling back. Hello? Hello. Oh. Oh. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that the dragon takes fall damage. Dragon? Still have the music. Is the dragon dead? Do we defeat the dragon? Does it actually take fall damage? It just didn't the first time for some reason? Okay. Let's see if we can investigate by dropping down a bit. See if we have a not so great looking dragon. For the remaining. Oh, hello! What the heck? What the heck? I mean, sure. Ow. It is, now a significantly easier fight, I would think, because there's no risk of us falling down anymore. So we can just wail away at you. There is not a lot of room in which to avoid getting hit, of course. But I think you are now technically deceased. And now we can get a wyvern mutagen. Dragon scales, wyvern hide, wyvern egg. All sounds good. Just not exactly the way I expected that fight to go. Yeah. I guess these things happen when you're a witcher. Where's the... Oh, there's not a ladder down because this is the final floor. We have to take these stairs out here this time. So yeah, you know, just fighting dragons by the book. Although, that is odd. There is still the highlight around here, suggesting that we have not yet found the thing that we are most trying to find. Search the ruins by the fortress, by the lighthouse. Search the Lord's castle. Why is there still a circle here? That would suggest that we've not yet found everything we want to find here, right? That is this, is it not? Didn't think there was anything up. There was that question we had as to whether there was anything below. Perhaps maybe even underwater there that we might have missed. I would have thought that the most significant stuff would have been at the top here. But I'm pretty sure we looted everything in this area. Just double check that we didn't miss anything up here. We did loot this guy too. Took that. You know what happens if we try to jump down from here? Can we like peek over the edge? And there definitely is stuff in that room there, but we were checking that out earlier as well. So I don't really know what to make of that, other than to head back down lower in the tower / fortress and see what we find there. We might have skipped past something. That's the only things I can think of, is that we might have skipped past something in that instance, or maybe no. There's got to be something here, right? There's no way there's just nothing in this area. Is the... Hold on. This is not the spot that we were seeing earlier. From up above. Ah, there's a ladder here. I'm not sure we tried this. This might be the answer we're looking for. I think it will be. So, okay. Ooh. It's whetstone, which would have been helpful for probably fighting that dragon earlier, but crafting notes is an odd way to phrase that. Usually we'd get crafting recipes. This is what I'm thinking we want. Check out those notes, though. Now there's a commission I haven't seen, like... I haven't seen the likes of in ages. Got a visit from that witcher, baronet, summoned about evil powers took over the lighthouse. And were crashing ships against the rocks. Stood there in the doorway to my forge, looking noble as a prince or duke or something, and said his silver sword got damaged during his last job. Blade was chipped bad, almost broken in 2 spots. I asked how he expected me to know how to fix a weapon like that, and he gave me a diagram and said I was to forge him a new one, and promised quite the sum in return. Damn near tuckered myself out making that thing. I did my apprenticeship with Master Barnaby of Novigrad, and I made a Witcher blade or 2 in my life, but it's been over 3 years since I last touched anything of the sort. In the end, it didn't matter, though. Before I could finish, the Witcher figured out what was going on with the lighthouse and had to make haste to the Baronet's castle for rest ineligible. Or illegible. Yeah, now it says 5 out of 6. So we do appear to have picked up what we wanted to pick up here. Not there. Let's look at the quest. Could have Richard George's grave. Oh, that's actually... Ew, this is his grave, it would seem, then? Or was that a different location? No, Fortress Lighthouse. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember which one was the grave. Oh, was that? That must have been the one that was underneath the mountain. Okay. Then it's just the Lord's Castle. But there's still more loot to be had here. So, let's take a look at that first, before we get too distracted. And that may now be it. Oh, now we're encumbered just in the nick of time here. We might be able to just fast travel to a town here, sell some of our stuff, not have to worry about having to drop anything. I mean, we'll walk slowly, ever so briefly. Can Roach come up here? Not sure if I want to know the answer to that. Thankfully, the answer appears to be no. Now we use this to teleport to a town where we can sell some of that stuff. And ultimately, the place where we will want to go is over here. That is apparently the castle. This is back in the area where we, I believe, first arrived in Velen. Yeah, here's Hangman Street. So, I remember there's not actually anyone to sell things at Mulberry Dale. It's despite that being the first town we made it to. So, have we been to this area? I assume we have, but I'm surprised there's not any marker there. It looks like it's fairly built up. Does Codger's Quarry have a tradesperson at all? I suppose we don't actually need to go to a town that's close to that location yet. We could deliberately go somewhere else that we know has someone that can buy things from us. So down Warren, we saw as Gabrielle guy. Oh, I did not think that was a woman for a second there. I thought that was a wraith. And I was rather concerned that something bad was about to go down in town here. It does also appear to be approaching nighttime, so we might need to meditate. And then people will start to show themselves, although people are out. Oh, this is not the place with Gabrielle, guys. This will just be a generic trader, I think, in that case, and we probably can loot this. Don't mind if I do. So, yeah, I'm gonna take that right out from under you. You're silver, no less. I think it's worth it. You appear to be the trader. So you're not a specialist.
Freshly curdled milk. Eggs straight from the coop. Nary a trace of shit on them.
No, fantastic. That does mean that we will not be getting quite the rate we might be looking for. Which is kind of why I was trying to go to Gabrielle guy.
So long.
He is in a different town, so maybe we deliberately try to do that. I get some of these remote areas a little bit mixed up sometimes. Some of these small towns that generally have seemingly one trader, and that's about it. So, we'll head over to a different town and try to min-max it, because, I mean, it's fairly doable in this instance. And also, somewhat curious as to what happens if we mess with their sheep, but I won't. There we go. So we were trying down Warren. Yes. That's way out there. Place we actually wanted to check out might have been, I think I was thinking of down Warren. Is Gabrielle guy not in that town? Is he in, not Orrington? Is he in Midcops? He might be. I think these are the two that get mixed up most often. We're about to find out. Possibly. However, I think it is continuing to get later. So now I'm pretty sure that there's just absolutely no one out this time. Maybe? Somebody here. Random old man. Is that the guy who was spying on us a little ways back? As we were looting a bit. No, I think the previous place where we were was where Gabrielle guy is. We just didn't find him for some reason. Maybe he was taking the night off. So let's... Excuse me? No, not that. What I meant to do was... No? What? Which button is it? Hold on. Hold on. Not that. One day, I'll find what I'm looking for. This is it. Now we meditate. Now we meditate, because it's like midnight. We totally didn't pull a crossbow on some random pedestrian. I don't know what you're talking about.
We's catching snails.
Okay. Oh, it is Gabrielle guy, okay? Take it back.
You ain't safe less you got a Gabrielle. The auto-crank one-handed Gabrielle ensures you get the first shot and the last word.
Oh, is he actually... Hold on. Is he an armorer, or is he a
Need something
blacksmith?
crafted.
He's an armorer. Okay. So yeah, let's sell. I'm not necessarily sure that we checked absolutely everything that we picked up in that previous location, but some of this stuff, yeah, didn't look like it was going to be terribly good, so we'll sell that. Whoa! This is tricky. From a resistance standpoint, it's definitely better. At least a little bit. It's slightly worse from an armor standpoint. And it also is less beat up than our current pair of boots, so that would only be more significant of a difference if we were to repair our current pair of boots. Is that reason enough to use these, though? The resistances? I don't know. I think that's straightforward, definitely sell. That's a straightforward, definitely sell. That probably still is too. These also a bit tough to say. Don't have the vitality, which is unfortunate, but they are more beat up than our current trousers. Probably not enough to make up for that 3 armor difference, but they have some resistances working in their favor, so I think we hold on to those maybe. Might not want to use them right now, but perhaps worth holding on to, no less. Might want to swap over to them if we were really min-maxing, if we were anticipating that we would fight someone who has bleeding or burning damage, then maybe that'd be worthwhile. Also, our friend here is starting to run out of coins, because we have sold our fair share of stuff to him. We have also picked up those tier Tocher swords that ideally we would sell to someone else. Yeah, actually, these are worth a ton. Probably are worth making a point of selling these to a weaponsmith, blacksmith, because, yeah, getting a higher rate off of a 200 plus coin item sounds like that is worth the effort. We're actually very close to being able to equip this axe, which would suddenly become our, I think, best steel weapon. Unless there's something else that has snuck up on us in the meantime. We still have an old crossbow. I think we're deliberately holding on to that just in case there's any purpose for it. So I don't think there is.
So long.